Today, we will talk to each other about seeing locusts. We will talk about interpretations related to seeing locusts. And we will know when his vision is commendable and when his vision is not. First, the locusts that he saw. And we see that he did not cause any harm to the viewer. The locusts, from which no damage occurred, sometimes indicate rain in a dream. One of the symbols that indicates money and livelihood. As we said, provided that there is no harm in it. When the locust sees the seer, that it collects it in a dish or in a bowl. It is the one who indicates the money collected. And this money will be beneficial and will benefit the seer. Locusts are symbols that indicate joy and pleasure. Also provided that no harm comes from him. Moreover, locusts, when we see them in a dream, sometimes indicate companionship or friends, but these friends are bad friends. Be it men or women. The locust is also one of the symbols that sometimes denote broken speech, squealing gossip, and hoopla. The locusts, when damage occurred from it, are visions that indicate affliction. When we see that locusts are present outside the house, in large quantities, this is a calamity that will spread to the people or to the people who are present in this area. Locust can indicate a mighty person, or a person who means corrupt in the land. The locusts have a container, sometimes indicating the spending of this money, which the man will spend for the purpose of marrying a woman. Killing locusts is one of the visions that indicate the empowerment of an enemy. And this enemy was malicious, or was an enemy, which means causing harm to the seer. Killing locusts sometimes indicates the discovery of a deceitful person, or a liar, or a person who is a storyteller, or a person who is a thief. Killing a locust kills a single locust. It is the visions that indicate deliverance from evil. And mostly the evil of this evil comes from a gossip woman. Or he insisted on a rivalry, or on a person who was competing with the dreamer if he was a merchant, or sometimes works, indicating the person's salvation from a competing person. This person was greedy and was malicious. But really he was weak. Seeing a large amount of locusts and seeing that the person killed them in a dream or got rid of them sometimes indicates a fight or means victory in a war. The locusts in a dream are also among the symbols that sometimes denote decency, ingratitude, and ecstasy with grace. Killing locusts is one of the symbols that indicate the payment of harm or repelling a harm that could have affected the dreamer. Locust hunting. When a person sees that he is catching locusts, this is money that he will collect. It is possible that this money will be collected in some difficult circumstances. Collecting locusts from the symbols that indicate money that the dreamer will spend after it has been collected. The locusts and eating them are also among the symbols that indicate goodness and benefit, and the visionary escape from a financial crisis or from unemployment. He was suffering from a locust. Attack in a dream is one of the symbols that sometimes indicates harm. It is possible that the seer will be affected by a person who has some authority. This harm will come from a government agency or from an authority that has authority. The attack of locusts is one of the symbols that indicate the dangers if the person is a little disobedient. The locust attack on the public is a calamity that will befall the region, and it will be a general calamity. Locust attacks on people sometimes indicate the damage caused by rain that can cause damage. The locust attack on agricultural lands is a symbol of poverty and an increase in prices. If the seer was working in agriculture, then sometimes it indicates his loss in his work. One locust attack on the seer is a bad friend. Market will be malicious with him, and he will try to harm the seer. If it was a man, then one locust could indicate a woman. Unfortunately, this woman will spoil his life, or destroy his life. Many locusts attack in a dream. Redemption is one of the symbols that indicate a great loss that the seer will suffer, or fatigue that the seer will suffer. Also, a lot of locust attacks indicate an intense competition of dreamer over his source of livelihood. I mean, there are people who will compete with him for his livelihood. Sometimes it is also one of the visions that indicate suffering or conflicts in livelihood. In particular, seeing locusts inside the house. The entry of locusts in large quantities into the house, and damage occurs from it. Some of the visions indicate harm that will happen to him in his work in particular. But the entry of locusts, and there is no harm from it, is an abundance of sustenance and an abundance of offspring. The entry of locusts into the house, and the occurrence of damage to the house, is one of the visions that indicate the entry of thieves or theft that the visionary may be infected with. Or there are people who gossip, or people who try to interfere in the affairs of the dreamer. People who frequent it. When he sees locusts under clothes, this is money, and this money he hides from people. Locusts on the bed. It is wonderful. That indicates his marriage to a lady. But this lady will be a little short. I mean short talking. A few locusts in the kitchen indicate a lack of livelihoods, or unfortunately poverty. Or I mean money. But this money will not be enough for the entire family. In short, this is the interpretation of seeing locusts in a dream. We knew when his vision would be commendable and when his vision would not. I hope you liked the video. If there is any question or inquiry, write to me below, and I will answer you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.